I'm here with Josh Keaton, who's playing Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. This is not your first time.
No, it's not my first rodeo.
No, when you're now playing Hal consistently like this and jumping into a new type of Hal, how do you approach that differently from your previous?
Well, Lego is a much lighter world than Green Lantern, the animated series. So Hal's got to be a little bit more fun. So a lot of the cockier aspects of his personality are played up a little more than they would be in something a little bit more serious for comedic effect. And to be honest, I've actually been kind of taking a little bit of a nod from the Guy Gardner character, and working a little bit of that personality into Lego Hal, because it's just more fun. And so you get to see a lot of the back and forth banter between Hal and Flash in this. They have a little healthy rivalry, and
Do you have a personal connection with Hal at all, or are there elements of his character that you kind of feel like you bring in?
I'm probably the most stubborn person on the planet, so that definitely I have in conjunction with Hal. I'm not this tall, and I don't have a chest that's this big, so I don't share that with him. My jaw's not out to here either. But I think I probably have more in common with the Lego one. You know, I'm a little blockier, I'm a little shorter, but
More up for playing?
More up for playing, absolutely.
Absolutely. Compared to some of the other voice work you've done, do you approach superheroes in a different way? I mean, Lego's more fun anyway, so you get to play with it, but do you have maybe more attachment to a superhero genre than other stuff you might have worked on?
I don't know. I'd say that there's a little bit more of a familiarity because I've done a bunch of it. But no, I think I'd still approach it the same way, because even if it's the same superhero, like you're saying, in Lego the context is different. So you still kind of have to see, okay, well, how does this character fit into this context, and how can we make that work? Because what's going to work in this isn't necessarily going to work in this, even if it's the same guy. So, I mean, what was the question again?
It's already more attachment to superheroes or not, but
I mean, I love playing a superhero because I'm not a superhero. So it's
you're not, you sure?
No.
There's no ring somewhere.
Well, not that I can tell you about. But I definitely think they're fun to play because you got to still find the humanity in them, because even though they have this superpower, they still have to use it amongst everybody else in the real world and live with all the consequences that brings. So, I enjoy it, but it's really just, it's a part like anything else.
When you get a new script dropped in front of you and maybe you haven't even seen the character yet, where do you look for inspiration to kind of find that character's voice?
It depends. If it's an existing comic character, I read all that I can. I'll go and I'll actually pick up some books. That's actually how I had to figure Hal out, because when I first started voicing him for the show, I wasn't really familiar with Green Lantern, and so I really had to do a lot of research so I'd be able to hit the ground running. If there's nothing like that, it's really kind of open season. Anything can go. So you really have to read the other characters and see how the other characters relate to that character, how they play off of him, and what his motivations are, and really kind of find the personality before you find the voice, and then see where that leads. Sometimes they'll have character art, which helps immensely, because if he's a big guy, if he's going to move slower, or if he's little, he might have an inferiority complex and makes him overcompensate. Like, seeing something helps so much.
So much more thought than anyone would have possibly considered.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's acting just like anything else. You still got to make a lot of character choices and see where they fit into the story arc and all of that.
Awesome. Well, I love your work, and thank you so much for joining us, man.
Pleasure
to meet you.